Hello, this is Alys, and this year has been my equivalent of the What a Week, huh? Captain, it's Wednesday, vignette of Tantan. There were supposed to be many things happening, and many things have indeed happened so far. Only not what I had in mind. But alas, here we are, and we are going to make the most of it. First of all, I want to thank you guys for sticking through with the channel even in these times of drought. Thankfully, as I begin to put together the puzzle of what is to become my life in the few next months, there's a still place for this channel and Pathologic Let's Plays, because yeah, I need them. Anyhow, let's get on with this new part of the series, which will now cover the 2005 version. And of course, we start with the Bachelor Route, as is customary. So, without further ado, Alys plays Pathologic, The Bachelor 2005 Route, Day 1, in which things begin to look more like we know them. And there we go.
Traces of the supernatural are found more often than most reasonable and wise people would like. Chimeras that had been worshipped by our ancestors crawl from the depths of time. The directors of our fate drop flakes of ash on our heads from the low heavens. They remain hidden from us until we look them straight in their cunning eye. Then, having lost their disguise, they obtain flesh from a tiny moment in time and die. But in their agony, they rip apart the world that they see as their toy.
And here we are, finally, about to start the 2005 version of Pathologic. And of course, we're going to start with the, with the Bachelor. It's going to be quite the experience, obviously. And yeah, also similar to what we've seen in the demo. But yeah, let's go through with this.
So you are Vitaris of Ruse. Where on earth did you come from?
No, I don't like a trick. But when we are about to be fooled, the situation unties our hands. Where are we?
Well, the muscles are flexing, meaning we are already inside it. Looks like one of the ventricles.
What an absurd place. It's just a piece of taxidermy. This means everything isn't for real yet. Looks like it hasn't started.
Does it matter at all what he's made of? It's already absolutely clear to me. Something is disturbed in it. We'll have to make sectio transversalis to him. Let's scarify the wall. Otherwise we won't be able to get out of here. What else can be done?
I know what to do. The one will be tricked, who is acting straightforward or thinking logically. Only by miracle it is possible to escape from here and not to ruin anything. But I can make a miracle happen. Untie my hands.
Be quiet, will you? You are a thief and a liar. How can anyone believe you when you deceive yourself? And my principle is the genuine truth. No matter what happens, I will get to the truth and act by rights. Untie my hands. Medicum morbo adhibe.
Don't command around, you medic. You'll act by the rights, but your truth will blind you, and you'll just finish him off. A surgeon's sensitive hands are needed here, and you step aside.
Your sensitive hands kill more often than present life. You will inevitably cause harm, and this smartass won't consider the losses at all. You both lack mercy.
Looks like we won't get along. Yet there is only one genuine truth.
Will is able to make any decision the right one. So it is.
Only your heart can show you which decision will be right. Mind the deceased, not yourself. He's suffering. I don't see it yet, but I can feel it clearly.
This is not even a trap. This is a grave. Sub ipsum funus sumus. I don't carry much warm feelings for him.
That I can see. You are full of hatred. Stuck or not, it still breathes. I can hear it. It's possible to cure rather than kill.
How is it possible for you not to kill? You'll kill for sure. Remember my words. That's just how it will turn out. But when it comes to me, I might not kill.
No, we won't come to a compromise. I suggest our splitting up. The faster the better.
So do we split up or not?
Let's get going. Time's running out.
Okay, so this is done. And it would be nice if I remembered to not get stuck in places. Yeah. Cannot believe I've played this game like so many times and I still do that. But yeah. I'm all kinds of weirded out by the voices, especially by the voices of Clara and Artemi. But still, there we go. And here's the selector in which we can see that both the Bachelor and the Harus Petrus are available, but the Changeling, or better said the Devotress here, it's not available. Since we are people of custom, we are going to take the Bachelor Route first. So, the history of mankind knows such catastrophes that demonstrate the whole insignificance of our achievements and the victory of undefeatable evil. Such are, of course, the epidemics of various contagious diseases that have destroyed whole cities in the past. The best and wisest of the participants of such events have all come to the same conclusion that it isn't worth fighting in such circumstances, but it's best to simply clench one's teeth and take the losses. This is the story of a man who performed a miracle and defeated an opponent, but victory seemed impossible. There we go.
Daniel Dankovsky, a Bachelor of Medicine, has come here by the will of some evil coincidence. His whole life's work is about to become a failure. A letter written by his colleague reaches him at a time when he's being persecuted roughly by the authorities, who doubt the competence of his theory of the limits of human life. The letter states that some settlement is ruled by an extraordinary man, who is a living proof of the Bachelor's hypothesis. Dankovsky is filled with hope. He sees an omen in this unexpected letter. Without spending a single day in idleness, he sets out on his journey. The Bachelor arrives at the place at night. In search of a place to spend the night, he meets a girl by the name of Eve Yan and stays at her house in order to wait for the dawn.
And so it begins. And of course, it begins with the main mission. And in the quest's menu, my mission so far is quite vague. The results of the examination of Simon Kane, who is a person of remarkable longevity, according to some sources, could overturn the basis of modern thanatology and the scientific views on death in general. However, even if this immortal dragon exists, the fact of his existence on its own will not cancel the authorities' order to close our laboratory. I will need to find a way of getting into close contact with him. If Simon, a man with power and authority, should find my interest insulting, it will be hard to persuade him to write a new page in the history of the teaching about the laws of vital processes. In comparison to the translation I managed for the alpha, this is slightly better, but it's still quite a mouthful. Day 1, by the end of which the Bachelor will have to begin his fight with a truly undefeatable foe. And we have a sign, which is the letters. Isidor Burach's message. Dear Bachelor Dankowski, I have found with great sadness that the authorities have ordered the closure of your laboratory, the place that became famous due to your discoveries in thanatology. Is it true that they called your work a scientific extremism? If there's someone that thinks that studying the matters of natural death, aging and necrosis to be a hopeless business, I have found a case that could shut them up and restore your good name. The ruler of our town, Simon Kane, is a living example of truly inexplicable longevity. I cannot explain this phenomenon, and neither do I. You must come immediately. This can become a sensation. It can preserve, revive, and save your laboratory. Always your faithful servant and colleague, Isidor Burach. Postscriptum. I have spoken to Simon already. He has graciously agreed to render assistance to such a celebrity as yourself, who sympathize audacity and all sorts of fantastic projects here. Good Lord, this is still a mouthful. So we can see that here's the mission menu. Here's the menu that will have the bound in... As far as I remember, I think it's the first day here. Here's the inventory, which looks far more similar to what we know. So yeah, here's the scalpel. For example, a large cartilage scalpel can be used as a close combat weapon. Not very easy to use, but is quite effective due to its sharpness. The scalpel does the greatest damage when fighting face to face. It quickly loses its sharpness if used frequently. And yeah, we have some gloves here, some Meradorm, some Morphinum. Okay, the Alpha tablets, and a tourniquet. Water, my beloved, as you guys can see, and some kerosene. Okay, so yeah, there's the letters, and here's the map. Slow, Ifjan's place, the cathedral, and the residence of the Canes, which we will be visiting soon-ish. And of course, Miss Polyhedron here. Okay, so we've checked all this. By the way, while I was watching the intro, I was wondering if what will we get whenever we get the Bachelor Route for Pathologic 2. And to be honest, even if you can check the intros for Artemi in Pathologic 2005, Pathologic Classic HD, and Pathologic 2, and they look kinda similar, mostly by the time that he arrives to the town on Gorkon. Seeing what I've seen so far of the Bachelor Route for Pathologic 2, I can also quite imagine that they could end up doing a rehaul of sorts, and we get something, yeah, different and new-ish. It might be. So yeah, we're getting downstairs, and we're going to see my girl Eva. Even if she's Eve in here.
I felt that you would come.
Again, I find her voice a little bit weird here. Yeah, Ifjan. And if you guys remember the descriptions from the that some people would give about other people when asked in the alpha, were turned into this. Ifjan, Peter Stamatin has told about her. She loved my creation when it was still a drawing. People normally are surprised by it, but do not love. Even children, they only bear it. To grow fond of such a place, it is necessary to have uncommon force of imagination. Victor Kane has told about her. Eve possesses marriage with Alys, will never be my daughter. She's gentle. She's trustworthy. She will never betray. She could become soul of chamber, if not for this strange attraction to death. Did this close from the outside awake you too? A terrible love that was, wasn't it? And something cracked so loudly. I fell asleep so quickly, didn't even notice it. As I fainted, what are those sounds? It seems some strangers are here in the backyard. I don't think they have some wrongdoing in their minds, but I have a bad feeling about this. I'm afraid to come out to them. I hope they go away soon and stop disturbing our sleep. I'd like to thank you for your hospitality. I hope you didn't feel any lack of something, because I'm very happy you're here. Daniel, did you? How do you know who I am? Glory's the messenger, moving ahead of the man, a celebrity from the capital. Bachelor Dankowski, founder of the Thanatica. You fight death. Of course, we've heard about you. This glory is not deserved yet. I hope I will be able to become worthy of it when I meet your ruler. Death. So that's the enemy you choose for yourself. Isn't it hard? I think nobody has managed to defeat that evil yet. Millions of doctors defeated on singular occasions. My enemy is worse. It is death itself, no singular case of death. I don't understand. I can barely understand it myself. Perhaps death only seems inevitable for us. Maybe it's nothing more than a whim of will that has made this world what it is? Now that is a question. So, where's the key to my victory? It isn't far. The Canes live in the Horns on the Bridge Square. But let me give you a piece of advice. Go on. Simon has 2 younger brothers. The elder of them, George, is called the judge by the people. Visit him first. He isn't asleep. He'll teach you how to speak to Simon. The younger of them is Victor. His daughter, Maria, would also like to see you. That is probably important. Was it she that knew about my arrival? Yes, she told me secretly. Communicating with her is easy. Maria is that kind of person. She's quite impudent, but that's how the Canes are. It was Maria that told me that she will help you defeat death. That's just exactly what she said. Some coincidence, perhaps. All right, I'll do that. Go, and I'll prepare everything for your return. Do come back after you speak to the Canes. They will probably do a lot of things that will puzzle you and put you on your guard. I will have some advice that will help you, if you need it. Okay, I will come back. And there we have a lot of stuff. This house is called the Slav. Here lives a solitary lady by the name of Yvyan. An incidental night meeting has proved me with a friend and a roof over my head. This is where Simon Kane lives, the man that walked this earth for too long. I hope he understands the nature of my request. All I need is a living proof of the impossible. The mysterious Maria, Victor Kane's daughter, has been waiting for me for several days. It seems she knows more about me than I do. Let's check if Eve has something to say.
How still it will become around.
That crime singing in the outside isn't letting me sleep. Who could be singing at a time like this? I'll take a look when I go. So yeah, it's pretty much all this. And if you've played this game, or if you've seen the H-Bomber Guy video, you already know what's going to happen. But still, we're going to do our first save. So there we go. And there you are, you two. I've missed you. I mean, yeah, the start of the alpha really needed these two. Most respectable bachelor, please be so kind as to linger for a minute. Your dialogue with me won't take much time, especially because time stops during dialogues. If it is important, of course. Our dialogue is extremely important. It is connected with the rules of the game. What name, Man in a Mask? I am no actor. Of course. You're a living man. You need to eat, sleep, and drink. You suffer from pain, wounds, and diseases, just like a living man. You need to rest to be able to continue properly. You can make mistakes. That proves my human nature very nicely, doesn't it? If I may, I will draw your attention to the importance of watching your state. If you get dizzy or it becomes hard for you to move, check it up. In critical situations, vital processes move faster than in everyday life. I knew a person who died of stress, but his diagnosis was starvation. It happens. Such things happen. I can testify that as a medic. Is it worth reminding such a wise man of the fact that hunger is filled with food? Food is sold in shops, and shops are situated in ordinary houses and are marked with signs. However, sleeping is more complicated. You are only allowed to sleep in beds and only in private residences. I am sorry, but that is how our world is. Yes, the world is unjust. And quite stupid, if I may point out. Speaking of trade, different shops sell the same items at different prices. Make sure you don't get cheated. You can also barter items with civilians out on the street. These are some things that seem very trivial, but some would give their blood for it. Blood, you say? Yes, blood. I don't dare teach you. But if you want to ease the pain of an ill person, just come up to him and give him the required medicine. You will see quite clearly how he gets better. If an ill person falls asleep, then he's on his way to restoration, right? Or on his way to the country of eternal oblivion. Even if that is so, easing the pain will bring you the reputation of a benefactor who can spare a valuable painkiller or some other medicine for a passerby. Anything else? No, nothing for the time being. Bye then, Mask. And here's this boy. Stop, my friend. Listen, I have a few words to tell you about the circumstances of time and place. These are just technical information. It has nothing to do with the matters at stake, but it is a tradition to tell the actor what to do when he comes out onto the stage. Otherwise, he'll fall for it. Who are you? One of the actors of a tragic pantomime. However, that has nothing to do with the matter either. You want to listen? I am listening. The time is passing. To freeze it or turn it back is impossible. Day comes after night and vice versa. While you are doing something in one place, something else is going on in another. Don't think that people would wait for you. Some events can be irrevocably missed. What conclusions are to be drawn from this? You need to regularly visit all the places that could be of interest to you. There you will meet people that will play a role in your fate. Distinguishing them from the ordinary citizens is easy. All of the others are the extras, the background, the crowd. This has always been so. Yes, but you need to avoid such extremities. The paradox can be made clear. You ought not to pay too much attention to the lives of these adherents, and you shouldn't be too disdainful of the lives of the masses. Both can lead to tragedy. Why is it that? This world has such a thing as reputation. The most subtle and important instrument. The state of the world that surrounds you depends on your reputation. The world is a mirror, isn't it? A low reputation will get you into a lot of unnecessary trouble. For example? Oh, need I say, you have your imagination, don't you? Everything will change, from the mystical things to such elementary things as the people's opinion about you. A lot of important things will depend on this, such as the number of enemies, prizes, bad dreams. Isn't that enough? And for some reason I'm kind of remembering the mention Maria does mixed to the reputation thing in the technical demo for some reason. I saw a picture you drew, and how do I maintain my reputation? Come on, stupid questions. As you do everywhere. Don't kill, don't lie, don't betray, don't steal, don't covet, don't insult, not found, not a thief. These rules are the same everywhere. In a critical situation, some philanthropic deed will help. Something done, risking your life for the good of someone. I understand. Really? Well, I don't understand a thing of what's going on here. However, that doesn't matter. In any case, we don't advise you to be too careful with human life. Don't trust people too much. In fact, trust no one, not even me. One who trusts everyone is risking being cheated. But one who trusts no one gets cheated twice. That I know from experience. I forgot to ask them the way to Simon's house bus. But since Eva already... So yeah, these are the two gentlemen, so to say, from the tutorial menu. Well, the tutorial, I mean. What's up? This ain't your business. What is this creature? It's a dong. They are all like that, cattle breeders, crude and unshapen. Don't you know? What did you come from upon us? A stranger, right? Yeah, I just arrived. I never knew such things are found here. Warmth is sick, head packed, blood boiling, belly freezing, let warm up. Let take a rest. Don't touch us, we are dangerous. You're a stinking scarecrow. How the land bears such creatures like you. And yeah, that was not nice of Danko to say. But considering that the other option would imply him getting his backside quite a bit beaten. Yeah. Better if we don't. Okay, let's talk with this gentleman. Could customs and happy coincidence of circumstances allow rule in a small community without use of force? The personal authority can work wonders. I'm sorry, the last option. But yeah, we're picking the first one. What do you mean? I like our town. It's like a big family. Sometimes I have a sense that everything here is ruled by some invisible force, and that all our actions are only ostensibility. See that we're getting a bit meta here. It's quite possible. Let's see what happens if I tell him, I'm sorry, I am admiring your suit. To what tailor occurred to do such thing? Yeah, nothing, no reply. And of course we're going to take one of the traditions into account. I mean, yeah, I'll check all those trash cans afterwards. But yeah, there we are. And there's the cathedral. There's nothing. And Okay, let's talk with this man. Can I help you? Okay, so yeah, this guy looks like he's going to explain quite a few things. I shall be very grateful if you explain to me how to be guided in your town. There are 3 towns here. The first is the project of Bulls. The second one is the districts. It grows from the project. This is actually an inhabited town. Recently, it went to that side of the river, but the thing constructed here cannot be named a district. We call it the polyhedron. Okay, so yeah, let's go with the first option, and we'll get to the others later. Tell me about the project of the Bulls. This is our industrial basis. It includes a station, warehouses, factories, and slaughterhouses. You should not go there. This is not for the guests from the capital. It's dirty and stinking there. And in general, it's a wrong place for people. Also, apparently, here's an option for vegan danko. But anyhow, I'm not going there. What? Such a tiny town is divided into districts? Yes, that happens so. The vein and the inflows of the Gorgon River divide the town into 3 parts. And each part is divided into close courtyard. Maybe that's why they're districts. What are these parts? The lower part that joins the abattoir is called Earth. The part between vein and throat is called Nodes, and the triangular cape between throat and Gorgon, Stoneyard. Goes up the. What are the names of the districts? The Stoneyard consists of 2 districts: the Breed Square and the Leaves. This is the crypts of the mistress. This is if the crypts of the mistresses are not counted. The Earth has 5 inhabited districts: Dubilski, sorry for any Russians that might be checking, Tannin, Veins, Factory, and Dam district. In the middle, well, why did you stop? I don't know whether it is useful to you. The knobs have 7 districts: kidney, hearts, rib, spine, muscle, saddle, and womb. Probably this is enough. The kings for certain will show you around. They're waiting for you. Thanks. But no, man, you're not leaving because you're telling me about the polyhedron. Okay, and what's inside of this polyhedron? There's nothing. Children play there. They say it is empty and bare there. What can be inside such a monster? It is not clear how it stands to let my children play there. Never in my life. So you have not been there? The little ones do not like the adults coming there, and there's nothing to do there. And I do not want to go there too much, I tell you, yes. Fine, what do you name the town districts? So yeah, it's pretty much the same. Well, it's clear, I hope till today, since all this will not be necessary. Sorry you. Tell me about the town council. The most senseless place in the town. It wastes this place. This is the main building in the Spine districts. Bad place. And senseless. Why senseless? Because the masters rule there. There are no officials, and they're not necessary. What is in there in the town council? A post office and a prison. But the time will come, and they will find another application for it. They better make a school there. Instead of prison. Quite a good plan. Yeah. Let's ask this guy about the apiary, which we know is the termitary. What's in the apiary? What is the apiary? 2 huge cases in the most east part of the land. The districts come to an end at the apiary. Further, there's only the abattoir, and then steppe. The people should not go there. And now I'm having more flashbacks to the nocturnal ending of Pathologic 2. Why? Well, should not, and that's all. It is not human place. Who works there? Many people from the steppe, butchers in general. There's nothing of your competence there. You have interested me, good man. So yeah, there we go. We asked this lady if there's anything she must... What do you want? Well, nothing. You do you, ma'am. And there's the polyhedron. The version that we are accustomed to. Now this is still slightly weird. I mean, of course it looks more like the town on Gorkon we all know and love or love to hate, but still there are things that still weird me out. And here's Georgi.
People die more often only because they cannot oppose death.
Yeah, well... Yeah. His voice... It's still strange. Let's see. Oh, forgot it's George here. Julie has told about him. He's a mighty mind. He's encyclopedically educated, knows well mathematics, physics, understands astronomy. In this situation, he's occupied with magic, forces to respect his successes in the field. I believe in the rational analysis of irrational things. Alexander Saburov has told about him. George is not an heir to Simon. If they are similar externally, it does not mean that they are identical internally. Cain is too mad to be a good governor. If he ruled our country, he will transform it into some theocracy. Most respected doctor, we have been expecting you with great impatience. You need not state the details of your matter. We, Cains, know of your works and we're prepared to render you any assistance possible. The more sorrowful it is for me to inform you of the fact that Simon, my consanguineous brother, the creator, keeper and embodiment of all that surrounds us, has been murdered. I can't believe it. It cannot be. My brother was murdered tonight. Murdered mysteriously, under the strangest of circumstances. However, I do not wish to suspect that this departure was connected with the visitor who Simon received that evening. That visitor, a man of great honor and an old friend of our family, had only been discussing some matters with my brother in the presence of witnesses. Why does it not cross your mind that your brother could die a natural death? It will be hard for you to believe this, but this fact is not subject to debate. My brother could not die naturally, under no circumstances. I will have spend too long to explain all the details, in order to prove something extraordinary. My dear doctor, I cannot imagine what kind of hellish abilities should possess the one who turned out to be able to kill Simon Cain. Due to the fact that Simon could not die a natural death, there's only one conclusion to be drawn. He was murdered. I believe your brother could fight death like no other, but there cannot be an immortal man. The physiological paradox is obvious, I admit. I am not going to prove anything to you. Debates are not my strength. I repeat, under no circumstance could my brother die a natural death. Immortality is a great secret and is forbidden. However, my brother managed to break the seal that closes it away from everyone else. How? I will tell you who was my brother and who he became. If you find his killer, you will be most likely convinced by the fact that Simon lived 157 years without being subject to any kind of illness. No influence, no pneumonia, no hemorrhage, no insufficiency has ever plagued him. Yes, I believe that. I came here to witness the possibility of such a phenomenon, but immortality? Isidore has done more than he thinks. I have a feeling that refuses to leave me. It seems time is executing its plans, and is using such powers to do so that are not subject to context. What do you think? I am no fatalist. Perhaps my mind is clouded with sorrow. I can't get out of my mind the thought that your arrival was not coincidental, my dear doctor. Not much here depended on your will. Let us not blame fate for it. We didn't know about the letter. Isidore wrote it, risking to provoke the wrath of our family. Really? We didn't know for sure if you were to come or not, but my brother had been prepared for the meeting. The tragedy may be a consequence of the actions he took in preparation for your arrival. Someone has taken a powerful piece of the chessboard, a piece upon which depended your position here. It is a pity that Simon was playing on your side. I truly feel sorry about your loss. Is there anything I can do to help you? Do you want to help us, Doctor? Find the killer for us. My brother Victor, who is in the wing next door, already has some thoughts on the matter. Help us, and we will reward you. Yes. It seems that there are too many coincidences. Your brother's murder can just as well be called the murder of Bachelor Dankowski. I will help you in every way I can. I am convinced that if there's anyone that can help us solve this puzzle, then it is you. The mission requires a man of the intellect. If Isidore was a weapon in the hands of fate, then Simon's murder is a message directly for you. I don't blame you for it. How do you plan to look for the killer? We will take our measures. From you, I ask only one thing. Be yourself. Do only what you think is required. Whatever you find out, whatever you do, to whatever your conclusions the day drives you, everything will give us clues as to the solution of this puzzle. I repeat, everything that happened has happened for you. I feel sorry for you. And there we go. Here's where Victor lives, the youngest of the three King brothers. He can tell me the details of Simon's death. Let's see if... pursuing the killer. So yeah, we have the main day quest. Find out who killed Simon Kane, the immortal man. Oh, I want that no less than the deceased's relative. If the authorities that are behind this or not... If it is the authorities that are behind this or not, regardless, the desire to punish this killer is growing within me, no matter who it is. He guessed the moment too well.
So the Saburovs have rendered protection to some devotress. Who is she?
Ah, wouldn't you like to know, Georgi boy? Okay, I am counting on you, Doctor. Oh, one more thing. I'd like to examine your brother's body. We have sent for Isidore Burak's best student. His name is Stanislav Rubin. Quite a resolute and talented man this Rubin is. He gives hope to me. He will bring everything you need, and you will examine the body together. I am no pathologist. Or maybe we could ask him if... Okay, we'll ask. Why didn't you send for Isidore himself? We didn't find him at home. Moreover, we didn't find him anywhere. Isidore just disappeared somewhere. Strange. I would suspect something wrong, but Buddha often disappears in such a way. Sometimes for several days, sometimes weeks. Rumor has it that he goes on long journeys into the steppes and even reaches the cattle-breeding camps at the source of River Egegola. I would still like to take a look at your brother. I made the long journey myself for it. I am sorry, Doctor, but our family has an ancient history and traditions. None of them forbids the dead to be seen by anyone 24 hours after his decease. The period of time will be over by tonight. An interesting tradition. What are its roots? Unnecessary haste has led to undesirable consequences on several occasions. The phenomenon, which is the reason why Isidore invited you here, it is in our blood, that way or the other. But this physiological feature of our family shows itself from time to time. You intrigue me. The examination of the body will not help you in any way. You'll have to solve the puzzle in your mind. I cannot. No, I have no right to tell you more. Believe me, I'm not concealing any evidence from you. The body is in a cool room and is intact. No one can enter the inner chamber. Please take all possible measures to make sure the body is safe.
Tell me what you want, and I shall tell you who you are.
Okay, George boy. How many doctors are here in your town? Isidore Burach and Stanislav Rubin, Isidore's best student. All the others, as far as I know, are only good enough to mend nets. Oh dear. Do you trust this Rubin? I will trust Rubin my life. A worthy, brave and talented doctor. He's reliable and honorable. Everything he does is done nicely. He doesn't like people, but serves them. Why do you ask? Interesting. What kind of man he is. Rubin will come here tonight to get down to examining my brother. You will get acquainted then. Okay. Okay. And?
So the Saburovs have rendered protection to some devotress. Who is she?
The first man who I'd like to speak with is Isidore Burach. Well, I mean, we already know that what's happened, but we're getting all the options. Well, that is wise. Moreover, the etiquette demands it. It was he that invited you here. It was presumed that no one in the horns knows about this. I hope you don't interpret my words wrongly. You are our guest, and we're happy to see you here. Where does Isidore live? Somewhere in the earth. Earth is the name of the lower part of the town, the closest to the abattoir. I haven't been there for several years, and I don't really know the place too well, especially because they were constructed after the fire. Victor has visited him before. Speak to him. He will tell you of the whereabouts. He's in the wing next door. Okay. So yeah, map? Yeah, that's what we've seen. And now, another save? And then we go to see Victor. Oh, look at his little animation. How cute.
Who goes above there?
The voice is not cute at all. Okay, Victor Kane. Yulia Lurisheva has told about him. Soon in town there will be a new configuration of authority. I would prefer a triumvirate of the next generation under Victor's supremacy, but Victor is not ambitious. You will see, he will voluntarily give his daughter what belongs to him by the right. As before, when he never bound his terrible wife. Andrei Stamatin has told about him. Victor is the only one who had authority above Walnina. She submitted to Simon and George as to the senior, for respect for strict traditions of the family. But to Victor, Nina obeyed implicitly, though he never demanded it. There's a secret here. How he subordinated to himself this demon and why he gave her freedom. The famous Dr. Dankowski. Your arrival is a great honor for us. Victor Kane, at your service. Daniel Dankowski, at yours. I can predict that things that have become ordinary for us will probably make you feel discomfort or even disgust. I would like to smoothen that impression. You know, our small society has fallen out of the continuous round of events that the rest of our country experiences. Time leaves us out. What do you mean? I mean the traditions. Games that we play with passion will probably be of no interest to you. People could seem eccentric, naive, or even somewhat deranged. Talk about an understatement. Sorry. Please, take it easy on us. Don't judge us too strictly. I will try not to disappoint you.
Probably. Ogimski has prepared a trap for this newly appeared Haruspicus.
How can I help you? George told me everything. Frankly, he told me very little, but enough to astound me. He said your story will be more informative. So you agreed to help us, have you? Yeah. May I ask why? A mutual tragedy unites us. I want to have... Oh, sorry. I've just noticed how it's written. I want to have me vengeance. Danko, you sound like a pirate here. A mutual tragedy unites us. I want to have my vengeance on the one who deprived me and my work of any kind of future. Just checking, yeah, there's no more options. I am prepared to answer all of your questions. When was Simon seen for the last time? He let Isidore go, and an hour later he came out to us in the hall. He said he's off to the inner chamber and will not receive any more visitors. He also ordered to stay away from the chamber. He told everyone in the house to restrain from eating meat and drinking water for a week. He was found dead in the morning. How was he found? The servants found him in the morning. The room was in ruin. Everything that could break was broken. His disfigured body was found in a twisted position with signs of terrible torment on his face. His neck and spine were broken, I think. No one touched him. The body is in the inner chamber at the moment and will stay there until the required period of time expires. What is this inner chamber? It's hard to explain. It is a place where he worked, if you like. Something like a creative laboratory without standard inner space. Practically a geometric building, with the exception of the door, which was always visible, allegorically speaking. I don't understand. It's something like an equation or a puzzle with mirrors. In any case, the killer couldn't have been hiding there. Take my word for it. Well, Simon managed to get in there. He could perform much more impressive things. It isn't for nothing that the people revered him. Tell me the truth, respectable Victor. Did Simon exist at all? Bravo, Doctor. You really have a seed of genius within. However, alas. Yes, he existed. Why alas? No, not because his death was advantageous to me. Alas, because that would explain everything easily. However, Simon really existed. That is why the people are so confused. They got used to his existence with such effort that his disappearance is driving them mad now. Let's assume that. So, what do you want from me? Just take a look around. Trust your intuition. Do what you want. Just speak to whoever you feel you need to speak to. Look for the killer doctor, and you will find him. I am sure your rational thinking will help you. So, the only K in this case is Isidore. How can I find him? I will show you, but you must be careful. Simon's killer, whoever it is, cannot be an ordinary person. I cannot even imagine a person playing that role. I'm afraid that it can only be fate in the form of some mysterious monster. I will be careful. This is the place where Isidore Burak lives, thanks to whom I am in this remote town. He was the last man to see Simon alive. Isidore Burak, my dear colleague, an honest man. He's the one that advised me to come here, and he's the one that was left to see Simon. I'm planning to start my investigation with a visit to his house.
What?
Okay, I'm okay, don't worry. And we save here. And off we go to visit Maria. Because she's about to give us some really important information. You know, that thing that we had to wait until the second day for in the alpha? Yeah, we get it. Oh, wait a second. Can we? I had forgotten about this. We can sleep in this bed. Absolutely fantastic. And as far as I remember, we can sleep here too. Excellent. And there she is with, yep.
Have you met anything strange on your way?
With the dress. And yeah, I did just make air quotes with my fingers. Maria Cain. Andrei Stamatin has told about her. She conceals her true force, but it is already clear that when her time will come, she will not stop before anything. The power of her gift justifies such despotism. Her brilliant talent will even surpass Nina's abilities. Maria can scoop stars with one hand and magma from a heart of land with another. So there's something to hope and something to live for. Katerina has told about her. I'm scared to think what times await our town when she will grow up. Terrible Nina was constrained by all of us together, Victoria and I, and even the Canes. Little Capella will not cope with this. To me, not very long time remains, and Victor is fond of her. How to saddle the midnight mare, then? You look more like an adventurer than a doctor. How is it that you know me? I saw you in a dream. Don't flatter yourself. My wishes have nothing to do with that. I simply saw you take a soul by the throat. What else did you see in that dream? I'll tell you when I find you trustworthy. I hope that happens soon.
It has come out of the ground. We have been burying the bones incorrectly for all these years.
Okay, I think her voice, yeah. It's not the one that is the least suitable to the character, if you know what I mean. Anyhow, now, listen. The time for persuasion, secrets, and conclusion of alliances has come. I will ask something of you. I'm not used to that. I'm used to issuing orders. But in your case, such a tone is not acceptable. The only thing that supports me is the hope that my request will meet your needs. It coincides with the way of your feet. I am no epic hero, and my job is no feat. For now, anyway. Forgive me if my speech isn't clear and absurd, but I really have no idea how to ask. Even though the nature of my petition demands complete selfless humility, just imagine I beg you on my knees. In any case, believe me, I feel that way. No need to kneel. What did you want to speak about? Today's death is the first, but isn't the last. Simon is the first link in the chain of precious sacrifices. Soon their number will multiply. I beg you to preserve the life of several people when the lines of their fate cross yours. Before the death of each of them, there will be a moment when you will be able to interfere. I know it. Who are these people? Come on. That doesn't matter. Whatever happens, you can change your fate. Whoever you are, you can't be a coward who covers his ears with his hands as to prevent yourself from hearing grim knowledge. I will give you a list of those who I know need to survive for sure. These people are some of the adherents. Adherents? Okay. Within each of these people doses a certain power, which, if discovered, would allow them to break the routine of human existence and become something more than human. Even though they don't know about it, they are close to the birds, beyond which their human nature ends and something divine begins. That is why they are called adherents. Okay. But how is their fate connected with mine? Why did you say that my victory depends on them? I don't know. I'm not a mistress yet. The future is more vague to me than I want it to be. However, I feel the presence and I can distinguish dubious predictions from the pulses of exact knowledge, which cannot be defined by words or images. Your lives are connected. Otherwise, I wouldn't have asked you about this. Are you some clairvoyant or something? Ah, yes. You don't know. It didn't even cross my mind that someone can be ignorant of my abilities. No one even dares stop them. Too many proofs have been shown. Yes, every ruling family's possesses some. Mistress possesses some unique powers. I'm learning how to see the future and change the present. This fact gives your word a different degree of authenticity. That does sound a bit shady, Dango. Will you comply with my request? Will you save the lives of the people I name to you? Answer me before you come back to Eve. How do you know that Eve asked me to come back? I know Eve. She wants to safeguard you from my dark intrigues, right? She strives to touch the mysteries of our family, to find out the game we play. Yeah, well, you two discuss it. Perhaps you will be able to uncover some of the episodes of the grim plot of the Cains against humanity. However, you have not given me a reply, so I will do what you ask, Maria, because that is what my honor bids me to do. You better not be insolent to me. Better not tease me. These people must survive, no matter what. Their destiny is closely connected with mine. Maybe they hold the key to my victory. George Cain, Victor Cain, Andrei Stamatin, Peter Stamatin, Maria Cain, Eve Jan, Mark Immortal. Okay, so there we have our bound. Adherents, sorry. Let's see.
No, those who have fewer passions and more virtues are differentiated by the greatness of spirit from the vulgar people. Only those who have really great plans.
Okay. We Cains have always been out of this world, but the feeling that drives us is love. It can be furious, funny, and blind, but love doesn't need justifications, right? Well, what did you see in that dream you had of me? A truly terrifying battle is ahead of you. If no one has ever told you about your fate, I will be the first. You must know, I admire you beforehand, regardless of the outcome. The battle will be against an enemy that few can defeat. Oh wait, so yeah, this is the same conversation we had in the alpha that I said that I had not seen. So yeah, apparently in my previous playthroughs of, mostly in the case of Classic HD, I probably did not trigger this conversation. Regardless of the outcome, you will clash with him, but your weapon will turn against you. You will rupture his body, but instead of ripping his flesh, you will rip yours. Every drop of his blood will be a sip of yours. If he escapes you, penetrates you, or saddles you, he will laugh at you, and I will cry, looking at your battle. Yeah, I'm not going to comment on this. Oh, it's about that killer. Well, whoever it might be, I will make him regret the tears he made you spill.
Here, the Suburbs get what they have been waiting for. They always wanted a successor to themselves.
Yeah, so we're done with Maria. And hello you two again. Yeah, I had forgotten. There's something particular we would like to warn you about. When you speak to the adherents, and a man of your perception will easily understand what kind of a person is before him. Please choose the most appropriate phrases. It is worth insulting some of them, where others need to be treated with the utmost respect. Oh boy, don't I know. I don't understand what you mean. Every answer you will give will have its effect. News spread rapidly here. If you spoil your reputation in one place, you will encounter the results in another. Restore your good name in the south, they will meet you warmer in the north. They will all notice every word you say and will thank you for sure. Not by means of money, I hope. Small sum of money is not a pay for the dialogue, don't count on it. Never refuse to take small sums of money from the adherents. You will only show your respect for local customs that way. Why is it that so? It's a symbol, sort of a wish of luck. The more money, the greater is luck. So speaking to people is profitable. The higher your reputation, the more profitable it is. I see. Yeah, you have nothing else to say. The town is small and uncomely, right? But different people live here. There are simple people and those of greater importance. The simpletons speak more of things than they know. The important people know more than they would be willing to speak of. We advise you to pay special attention to this. Your victory depends on them. Who are these important people? There are a little more than 20 of them. They are easy to distinguish. You can tell by their houses and manners. They have different names, adherents or doomed ones, Taglur, Gobo or Circle of the Town. The company of these people Simon preferred to any other. Why? Because it is they that will decide the fate of the town. You mustn't be deceived by the seeming insignificance and lack of respect of some of them. They don't deserve respect now, but they will deserve it later. Among several thousand people that live in this town, they are the most important. Why are you telling me all this? Every day, each one of them will be in danger. Every single one that dies is important. Some of them can barely case to victory with them. However, some of them will be contrary, so don't lose your chance to destroy some that might get in your way in the end. How do you know what will help me and what will get in my way? I'm not interfering, not at all. I will allow myself to draw a conclusion. Every saved life of an adherent will have played an important role in the ending of yours. Every single one of them has their own goals, and if at the end the surviving will be those whose goals will be different from yours, you will be to blame. Spoilers, some massive spoilers here. Okay, I'll take that into account and we'll be careful. And yeah, you have nothing else to tell me. We're going to Eva's, and yeah, you're wondering, what are you doing, Alys? You're going in the opposite direction. Friendly reminder that you already know this if you have seen the H-Bomber Guy video. There's always food at either I think it's Victoria's tomb in day 1. So yeah, we go and pick it. Sometimes it's all milk, sometimes it's milk and bread, and sometimes, just like in this very case, it's both milk and no, it's only bread. Sorry, I suddenly don't know what happened in my brain at the moment. There we go. I do love picking stuff from the trash, which, as I stated in while playing the alpha, makes me an absolute raccoon, and I'm proud of it. So let's see if Eva has something to tell us.
How still it will become around.
Okay, she has nothing, at least not in comparison to what she had in the alpha. So we're making our way not downtown, but at least to other parts of the town. Let's see. Main goal for us at the moment is to check on Isidore, but we're going to do a stop at a place I quite certainly like. Oh, hello, good sir. This is a drink cart, and one of my favorite people to trade with in this version. The nature rages, that's why we have to suffer. I wish I could wet my throat. I would give everything for a drink of spring water. Do you have anything for trade? Apparently he doesn't, and so far we don't have enough water to trade. So yeah, we're going to keep on picking bottles. We're gonna need those bottles. Boy, don't I know it. But yeah, what I meant, aside from our very raccoon moments, like this. Yeah. Aside from this very raccoon moment, which I mean, it makes me genuinely happy to have all these trash cans to check. And we're going to stop at the house of the character that is probably my favorite out of the whole video game. And you know who that is. So we can get... wait a second, can we... Ah no, that's not Twire, and Danko cannot pick Twire either. So we get a very important mission that will give us a very important thing that we'll surely need later. And yeah, you all know what is it. Oh, sorry. Quite certainly enjoy the silence that's of this town in day one. And there we are in the shelter, and here's my girl Lara Robel.
Lips have cracked.
Not sure if I like her voice here. Lara Robel, as Capella has told about her, there's nobody more kind than her. Lara has taught me how to give gifts. This is great art. First of all, she thinks of others, and the last, about herself. She lives for the sake of her friends, and I also loved her father. 2 years before, he went as a volunteer to war and got in the 4th Army. That army. Stanislav Rubin has told about her. Since Captain Rebel was shot in the battle at Castic Forts, she was deserted and converted the fatherly house into the shelter. By the way, to Rebel, this house was built by Olgimsky in exchange for one thing. She is sensitive, but reasonable, and thus such a combination is a great rarity. And after all this time, I do wonder what that thing was. But anyhow, you are the person that came to Maria Cain in a dream. I recognize you straight away. My name is Lara Bell. This house is called the Shelter, so you are always welcome here. Okay, it might be slightly inappropriate to ask, but why not? Why is your house called Shelter? Well, it's empty at the moment because everyone is sad. But I usually have a lot of guests. The doors of this house are always open for my friends and for the friends of my friends, day and night. Was it me that Maria recommended to you? Is she your friend? Let's be friends now. I'm used to being friends with everyone. Oh, why are there so few people out in the streets? Everyone is either sleeping or dreaming. The odor of Twire is something special this year. There's no salvation from it. No walls, no cloth, no glass can help you escape it. Does your head ache? Badly. It's good you can sleep all day at times like this, but you get such horrors. I can only imagine what kind of hell the mistresses are going through. What are these mistresses you speak of? The mistresses of the town. The sleepy mistresses, that's how we call them. Cain, Olgimskaya, and Saburova. Now, after Victoria and Nidas's death, their daughters are trying to see the future. However, they are quite far away from their mothers at the moment. Maria is probably the best. It's good when children continue what their parents did. Why are you frowning? I'm just in a melancholic mood. The games we play with predictions of the future have concurred with our life quite closely. I'm trying to set things back to their proper places. I will be happy to help you if I can.
They say the Ripper was caught. Does he really open people?
Well, Lara, well. I know you're a doctor, a wonderful doctor even. All the people in our town knew that a famous doctor is coming here, and that is very good, because you can do one good thing. Can I ask you a favor? Okay, since we haven't met Katarina, we'll avoid this one. Of course. A few years ago, kids began to die around here. 6 people died in 1 week. Around 10 got down with serious sicknesses. This got us worried, but unfortunately, we couldn't find out the cause straight away back then. In the end, it turned out that children were dying because of a game. Oh dear. What kind of game was it? The kids were playing... how did they call it? Well, it was some kind of medical game. They stole medicine from the adults and made some hellish mixture out of it. They used this to cure each other. Back then, the game standed by itself, but now I've heard it thinking of starting all over again. Someone has already been poisoned. How can I help? I'm not poisoning specialist. I can examine, of course, but... No, it's simple. There's a house somewhere in the town. It's either abandoned or just unoccupied. That is where they play hospital. That is where they stole their terrible mixtures. Please put a stop to this game by means of your authority. Capella, Olkimski's daughter, heard that they opened the house today. Of course I help you. How can I find that house? Capella said it's next to one of the rings. My friend couldn't hear their talk properly. Have you seen those stone stairways to heaven? I think you might even be able to see that house out of Heath Jan's window. The main thing though, it must be open. Do these houses that you have here ever open at all? In exceptional cases, in emergency situations, yes, the doors are open. However, such houses are supposed to be locked up because several families live in them. No one is scared to lose their own belongings, but are always worried about their neighbors. Well, now that everyone is afraid of the cannibals, of course everything is locked. In that case, I think it won't be hard to find it. Okay, so yeah, it's not marked, but we'll easily get to it. Version: Multi-legged fugitive. I need to find out what this dangerous game What is this dangerous game? What is this dangerous game that the children are up to? Take the dangerous powders to them and comfort poor Lara Rebel. They open a house in which the cache is located. It's situated near the ruins. The ones I can see from the windows of this law. The house where I am staying. So yeah. We're saving and going into there. And there we go. Check on that house. Get ourselves some really nice powders. And in the meanwhile we're getting also some really nice bottles that we might need to find somewhere to fill. But yeah. Oh, there are children here. Hello, little boy. You might have stuff that I might want. What a surprise! What is this? Let us trade. Look at what I have here. Oh, turns out I cannot trade with this little boy. Maybe with this little girl. Little girl, And that did not sound creepy at all. They tell me so much about you. Uh-oh. What do you have in your pockets, kid? There are some presents, Uncle Bachelor. Will you trade your presents for mine? Why not? Okay, nothing yet. But there'll be some stuff to trade in the future, I hope. At the very least. Because, yeah. Contrary to what we've been doing in the alpha, yeah, I'm not going to make that much use of the command console. Yeah, sometimes alliterations will be the end of me if I can't avoid it. Okay, let's check if it was this one. Okay, nothing. Let's see. Ah, so apparently it is this one. Yeah, that's awful of me, but no one's here, no one's looking. Is there anybody here? Good lord, I am a terrible person, aren't I? Yeah, I am. Oh yeah, I forgot that there's only kids here, so... Contrary to what happened in the alpha version. So yeah. I'm going to be pretty shameless about the whole thing. And there it is. There's Mulder. Just in case. And let's talk with one of the kiddos. Yeah, trouble. I told them to come out straight away without that stupid lot. What do you mean? How are we supposed to find the powders now? We need to catch every kid on the street or something. How do we exchange them? For what? And we can't take them by force, not allowed. We have a rule. Can we leave us without our head if we hurt the little ones? Who is Khan? Khan is our leader. He's the commander-in-chief and ruler of the glass tower. What glass tower is that? The polyhedron. The tower on the other side of the river. They won't let you in there because you're not one of us. I'm not too keen on getting in. Don't be surprised, it's only a mask. We put them on to scare people. No, I cannot be surprised by anything anymore. And to be honest, I remember seeing, and they did not appear in the alpha I played by. I have seen images of alpha versions of the dog heads. Good lord, that was high-octane nightmare fuel. May I ask how you found this place? By accident, really. Why do you have that strange look? The children are strange creatures. One half is human and the other is not. Our inner world is concealed from the adults. Just as you can touch our dreams, you can see our true faces. That's why we have these terrible heads. You get it? The only thing I don't understand is why you've come here. We're playing here, rehearsing really. Looking for something we need for our game in the meantime. Nothing special. Just some rubbish. That doesn't sound convincing. You better not play jokes on me, head of 2 years. I know everything. Yes, well, nothing can be made right now anyway. I'll tell you, perhaps you can help. The kids are in danger. We've come here for the powder, but someone has already stolen everything from the storage. Maybe it's Capella's doing. Probably gave it to her followers, the pagan. Who's Capella? Well, Capella is Capella. Even though she's our enemy, we still respect her. She's luring the kids out of the tower, wants to make a sect out of them, and they worship her. Well, I can understand them. She's the kind of girl that you could even fall in love with. It's a pity. At which she lived with us. It's all because of pride. Was it her that gave the powders to the kids? Well, the little ones are playing epidemic again. They wanted these damn powders very much. Now we need to catch the little kiddies and take those away from them. You see, they think that the powders can cure stuff, but they are poisonous and the kids could kill themselves. Some story. Why were they made in the first place, though? They would simply poison an adult. He lay in bed for a week or so, but he'll survive. The little ones won't handle it. How should the kids be cured of the disease? The kids? The kids need to come just to the polyhedron. Nothing will happen to them there. Oh, it's that strange building near the horns. Don't tell me there's someone in there. The glass tower is on the other side of the river. There's no death, no sorrow, no boredom, no diseases there. That is proven. Whoever lives by its own will is a fool, I think. To reject something like that, you need to be some damn stupidity with no imagination. Well, I get it in general. And I think there was another. Nah. Looks like there isn't. Nah, there's no other one to get more info from. Okay. So there we are. We get to Lara's. And then we get to Isidore's. And then we'll see. By the way, what did we get? Okay, yeah, there's the powder. A compound of systematically chosen medicines, most of which are antibiotics. These powders are a product of the children's creativity. They came from the game of Play the Plague. An intentional recipe gave unexpected results. The compound destroys the consequences of infection with the Sun Plague, but does terrible damage to health. Yeah, we have some crackers. Oh, vegetables. Bread. A syringe. A hook. A needle. Fine. This will help us get some exchanges done. Hello, little one. Okay, fine. Yeah. Sorry. Not actually interested so far in what you had to offer, but pleasure doing business with you. I think I mentioned it before, but I do love this quietness and certain calm of the town in the first day, and of course that's obviously going to change in the following days, but also it's completely different from what we get in the final day. So yeah, I'm kind of enjoying this. Okay, sweetie, cannot exchange if you don't have anything. Okay, there we are with Lara. Hello, sweetie.
Mercy is not a virtue, but a fruit of fear.
I have a very bad feeling. The same feeling plagued me just before my father died. Oh dear. Well, I found everything, but unfortunately, the storage has already been plundered. Oh, the terror. Sorry. Oh, the terror. I found one specimen of the powder and I'll study it. Give it to me. I throw it into the fire. I reward you for this loss. No, I'll keep it for myself. Don't want to lose it for some reason. Sorry, Lara. Okay, the cache has already been looted by the kids. Several tons of bones with poison are somewhere in the town. I have a sample of this box with me. I can return to Lara. I decided to leave the suspicious powder for myself. My intuition tells me I might need it. And yeah, there we go. And off we go to Isidore's. And I hope I remember how to get there because, yeah, if it wasn't obvious, my sense of orientation is quite lacking. But alas, that's how things are. Thank you. Water dispenser. Never mind. Yeah. There's a lot of people that we're going to meet today. Not everyone as far as I remember, because yeah. Sorry, let's check something on the map. Okay. We're keeping on going through the same direction I was taking. Because yeah, there's still a lot of characters that in this version we won't even get to meet until day 12, which is kind of fascinating. And that will only get to know better. Okay, don't have any more empty bottles in other. Oh man, sorry. Yeah, I just hit my microphone. In other routes and even in yeah, only in Pathologic 2, because there's going to be some changes in their characterizations, which yeah, it's partially one of the reasons why I am doing all this. Oh, nice. Because Lord knows I'm going to need all this. Enjoy your water, sir. Because yeah, it's fascinating to see how certain patterns in regards to characterization and the whole of the story in general, suddenly disappearing in some version to reappear in another, and yeah, I do happen to nerd a bit about all that stuff, right? No, man. Where the heck is the entry? Thought it was here. I really did. Where can I get to Isidore's place? For goodness sake. Okay. Nah, that wasn't Isidore's. For goodness sake, where did I end up? Okay, mind you. Okay, no. I have to undo what I've walked. I hate this. I really hate this. But then again, this is one of the things I signed for her. I get into this game, didn't I? Suffering. And mostly when people think of suffering in regards to pathologic. Okay, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Yeah. Sorry. What I meant is that when most people think of suffering in regards to pathologic, it's how punishing it is. Which, mind you, in a lot of stuff it is punishing. But I think that one of the most punishing things for me is not being able to orient myself well in this town. Okay. A bloody murder has occurred tonight, and strangers are not allowed in. Inspecting the crime scene is strictly forbidden until further orders. Who was killed? Well, you're not one of the locals, sir, so you don't know what a man we lost. Isidore Burach, a great surgeon and a benefactor all in all, a skilled doc, a man of reputation, was beloved by the people. What's going on with the very best have been? What do you mean by the very best? Well, you can't find too many people that will go. You can't smell like them. If there's one, then there's only one. Won't find anyone else like that. I'll share my opinion with you, sir. This stuff isn't clear. Don't smell of human doing. It was not human, that's what I think. Explain. He was killed mysteriously. There was a nail in his chest, as big as your arm is from the fingers to the elbow. It broke off. There was a lot of dust on the floor, because the deceased had been in the step for a long time. There are traces of hooves in the dust, and some sharp stick, like a crutch. Is her Sheb Nagadir, the clay cannibaless. Okay, enough of this. Anyone who has more simple thoughts on this matter in charge? Alexander puts us there, the head of the Saburov house. His clan is going through hard times nowadays, but is still powerful and has authority, because they've been responsible for order and public safety in the town since the ancient times. There's the stem. From here, take that road up there and get to the cape, but I'm not allowed to let you in. You should have started by saying this. The stem. This is a place where the Saburov family has lived since the foundation of the town. Once a powerful clan, it now consists of two people. Alexander, who is deprived of any real power, and his dying wife, Katarina. Isidore Burach is killed. His house is sealed up. Alexander Saburov, the head of one of the ruling families in this place, has taken up on himself to restore order in the town. He was the one who took the first measures after Isidore was found dead. I wouldn't walk around here if I were you, sir. The times are dark and you never know, but maybe some villain will come for your soul too. We can't defend everyone, you know. I am fulfilling my duty. You fulfill yours. Okay. And there we go to something quite terrible, but that will give us something quite nice. Ah yeah, we're going to berate the people. Oh dear, dear, what's that? This ain't Shamnet, that was a girl alive. Go away and never set foot here anymore. Oh, it's like burned. Mistaken, yeah. Need to search again. Go man, find that bitch. We did not look in the backbone site yet. Where's the patrol? Did you kill them too? She was not supposed to burn in fire, for she's made of clay. No, wrong. She had to harden and go into pieces. What have you done, you bastards? So yeah. This is what we are going to get in return for seeing this terrible stuff. I feel terrible for all this. Okay, yeah, that's the willows, also known as the verbae here. So we are pretty close to the rod. Oh, what was it called here? The stem. Anyhow. And that's the broken heart, so yeah. We'll get to see Andrei Stamatin soon-ish. Let's see. We know all about you. We better trade, brisk lady. Are you interested? Yeah, we're getting one of these. Cause Lord knows we're gonna need it. Let's see this little one. If she has anything of interest. Yeah, she has nothing. Sorry, but sweetie. But I need the stuff to trade if I want to trade. Obviously. Okay, let's talk to, now to Alexander. What the heck is happening in here?
What has the town turned to? Is it really a country of contrasts?
Nah. Doesn't fit for me. Alexander Saburov. Yulia Lurisheva has told about him. He is the husband of his wife. In the basis of each house there is a union of the mysterious force of the mistress and the force of the imperious decisions taken by the head. His urge to lean on the force. In fact, Katerina is fruitless. There an opportunity will come, and Saburov will try to fill the weakness of his wife with an absolute administrative authority. Rubin has told about him. Alexander is a heroic person. When there was a fire in Tanin, he came with a boat. He with a boat hook in his arms rushed into the burning buildings, removed people and extinguished fire. So it happened. It is interesting that no one recognized him then, and he never told. It became known by chance. He's able to make exploits impressively. It's an special genus of heroism. So this is what you look like. Yes, you really do look like a messenger of the times of sorrow. Well, welcome to the STEM. Our meeting is quite significant in a way. Meeting changes with open eyes and taking their blows is my duty. Do you presume we're in danger of experiencing some unfortunate error? Grim events haven't clouded our existence since last summer. The country has cured its wounds after the war. The province has revived its trade relationships. The astrologers didn't speak of anything ill. Do you take their opinion into account? I am honored by... But who are you, sir? I am a ruler. Astrology can be very interesting, but I cannot allow it to influence my decisions. I have to act according to factual circumstances. Do you share my point of view? Definitely.
This Herispicus is trying to prove his innocence in vain.
Alexander, please. Well, you've come to meet with Simon, have you? What can I do for you now? I've come to meet Isidore primarily, but now I find out that... Yes, that Isidore has been murdered. It seems the killer is always one step ahead of you, isn't he? Is it the same killer that murdered Simon? It is the same killer that murdered Simon, you know. The information on the matter I have at the moment allows for such a conclusion to be made. The way of killing is the same. The traces are the same too. Well, who did it then? It's hard to believe, but it was his own son. This guy came back here after a long period of absence. His father sent him off to study, so that in time he might become a surgeon when he was only a little kid. It is clear now that what he has learned. A Roman scholar has turned into a treacherous villain. Anything for the heritage. Oh, wait. How do you determine that? To be honest, it is hard for me to speak to you about this, because you are a stranger. But do you believe in the phenomenon of clairvoyance, Bachelor? Of course. Then you need to get acquainted with my wife. Better yet, meet those who have been able to witness the rightness of her predictions on quite a number of occasions. Especially meet the former skeptics, the rationalists. By the way, she has something of value for you too. You mean your wife directly pointed at Isidore's son? No, not directly. However, all the signs concur. The circumstances under which Simon was murdered make you think too. Isidore's son arrived here tonight, and the coincidences of time that it took him to get from the horns to Isidore's hut speaks against him too. That is not enough. I will have to take the investigation into my own hands. Who can help me, apart from your wife? There are very few good analysts in our town. All of them are more or less superstitious. However, I can indicate to you our most rational character, Yulia Lurisheva. She's the only one that is still skeptical about my Katerina's abilities. She definitely has her own point of view on what happened, as usual. Who is she, this Yulia? She came here with one of the project groups when the town was being rebuilt. She had something to do with logistics and road engineering. Frankly, I don't know. They say she was truly pro in what she did. She's clever, that is for sure. Afterwards, she stayed here, didn't live with all the rest. I respect her, I don't like her. Okay, I'll speak to you, Julia. Here's where the intelligent Julia lives. Perhaps she's my only ally in the attempt to check all the stories around here by means of algebra and physics. If this Julia Lurisheva does have a rational way of thinking, then she must stand out from the rest of the population. Some are sure that I must find the killer before nightfall and prepare for the encounter, otherwise I will become the next victim. Sounds absurd, but why the hell do I get that shiver down my spine when I come to think of it? So yeah, let's check if Alexander has something else to tell us.
It is impossible to stare neither at the sun nor at the death. Who said it?
Okay, so we'll try. Why are you giving me that look? You think Simon died because of me? Okay, yeah, nothing else to say. So we save here. And off we go to Julia's. I'm wondering for a second. I don't think we need to go to Katerina's. Let's check on Katerina first. Oh dear.
As if there were needles in my temples. Do something!
Barry and Katerina voice. Katerina Saurova. Ospina has told about her. She was a queen and became a witch. She shouldn't have played with night spirits. When Nina died, she accepted the role of Dark Mistress with pleasure. All burden of care of the town has laid down to Victoria so she could play, but she overplayed. There's some gossips that she injects morphine to herself and accepts at night the visitors with cold skin. Lara has told about her. Katerina has taken up a terrible strike and has adequately sustained it. Who could survive between the hammer of Nina and the anvil of Victoria? The town, in fact, was under construction in this way. Nina hammered, Victoria constrained, and Katerina watched the balance of power. I admire how she and Alexander love each other. In an antiquity they would be true kings, noble, strong, and fair. Now it's not time. A duel should end with the death of one of the fighters. That's the right point of view on battles. The conflict of two powers will eventually turn into a battle between good and evil. Oh, why are you telling me this? I don't have anything metaphysical in mind. A very particular battle is what I mean. You're one of its participants, Bachelor Dankowski. Do you prefer to play on the good side or otherwise? I prefer to win. Those are the words of a warrior. I truly wish you victory, Bachelor. However, I don't think victory is at all possible in this battle. Thank you.
This is so. The girl has proved that she is not a murderer, but a miracle maker.
You're a brave man, Bachelor Dankowski. Why? The fight with this enemy. It is very unlikely to end in your favor. The second evilest of clay and bones leave traces like that. It's only a Morok. They see it this way. It's easier for them. The word fight is a bit too strong. I'm only assisting George in finding the killer. Sorry to upset you, but you will have to fight to the death. Even if this is to be seen as a metaphor, the continuation is ambiguous. If you don't find out who this is before nightfall, you will die. How do you know all this? I'm a clairvoyant person. What's the nature of your patience? This is not what should interest you at the moment. You should be interested in how many minutes you have left. Not that many. I don't throw predictions around. The others will tell you how many times they have come true. Take my word seriously. Okay. Bye. Now that was awkward. And now we're gonna see Julia. I hope she has, well, let's say a more reasonable explanation. Sorry. I just had a bit of a reaction to the bells tolling. Guess it was instant war flashbacks from the, you know. Good heavens. Yeah. The technical demo. Christ, Alys. And there we are. And wait a second. Okay, that's just well, I had really forgotten. There's a bed. Yeah, fantastic. There's a bed.
The most freakish folly usually happens in the generation for the most refined reason.
Julia Lurisheva. If Jan has told about her, Julia is clear. I shall never become like her. She's so silent and modest, but she is perfect. In her there's such a special, sincere cleanliness and severity. She asks herself more strict than the others, and she thinks very interestingly. I will never learn that. Lara has told about her. To me, Julia is nice, but I do not bear her way of thinking. This fatalism oppresses. It's awful when such intelligence builds theories upon lies. In my opinion, any predetermination is a violation of human freedom. Probably the reason lays in her past when she worked in the Somnolent group. Yeah, the translations for utopians here and in the alphabet, I guess we can actually blame that on me doing that much machine translated. Are kind of funny. I've forgotten what it's like to contemplate. Something is wrong and I can put the facts together. I used to get invisible coincidences into a solid structure, but now I don't understand anything. Maybe this is a sign of forthcoming death? It just so happens that people become tired. You probably haven't slept for a while, have you? Ah, no. Erva Turina is blossoming, of course, but it blossoms every year and the steppe is filled with this deep, tiring, hallucinatory scent every time. I'm not talking about tiredness. What I mean is that I have lost the ability to put together things that are far from each other. What herb is that? The elders demonize it, but I don't think there is nothing special about it but the superstitions connected with it and its wild, spicy odor. Yes, it is narcotic, but the banal wormwood or the leaf hembeing cause more interesting hallucinations. Pity I don't know much about herbs.
The room needs to be aired, but I have no wish to do so.
Well, it seems everyone that was of any interest to you has been murdered today. In that case, I hope you come to see me by accident. I want to find Isidore and Simon's killer. Can I count on you to help? Sam would have told me you were a good analyst. I'm not better than you, that's for sure. And I don't have the slightest idea of how to find killers. The only thing I can do is substitute the killer with some supernatural forces. Shep Nagadir is a scarecrow for the simpletons. I will work on other versions. What kind of versions? If we take into account the circumstances of his death, they say Simon locked himself up in his room in the evening, but died in the inner chamber of his house in the morning. Well, I think Simon was poisoned. I would assume it was one of the Canes, but I know what kind of a family that is. Pride, family solidarity, worship of the head, the ruler and the man of wisdom, all this and their belief in the curse of dishonorable deeds would prevent them from doing something like that. They wouldn't stoop to something like that, even if they really wanted. Why did you come to such a conclusion? You probably know what the words inner chamber mean, don't you? You do know exactly what exactly the Canes call the inner chamber, don't you? The term has many meanings. They've always loved ambiguities. What is it then? The inner chamber is no abstraction. It's more maths. No one except the owner can get in there. That means he brought the killer with him. To be more precise, inside him. Because you can't be in clothes with you either. How do you know this? Well, everyone knows that one. The Cains love things like that. They don't miss any opportunity to build and craft them. They play games with space, physics and optics, with all sorts of anomalies. It's something like a camera obscura. Now, no one could get in there. An interesting conclusion. Wrong, however. Simon was disfigured and bleeding. His bones were broken. Yes, and that changes things. So you say that Isidore was the last who Simon saw before his death, but he wasn't the first, that for sure. He came back from the steppe before dusk, went to see the Cairns after midnight. Where did he spend a few hours in between if he didn't visit his home? That's why I'm trying to trace Isidore's steps. I want to walk the same route. Don't get me wrong, though. Did Isidore visit Saburov? Yes, he warned him about the coming trouble. Interesting. I will assume that he found out something about in the steps that he felt the need to share with the three rulers. Then, between Saburov and Cain must be the Olgimsky family. He most likely went to visit one of them. The fact that Burak was their agent, in a sense, makes that even more likely. Really? Of course, the Olgimsky family controls the whole bull project from the abattoir to the railway. Isidore must have notified Big Blood if his news has something to do with the order. So, go visit the plot. That's the name of their house. I'd call the owner that too. Thank you, Julia. What would I do without you? This is the plot. This resident belongs to the manufacturer Olgimsky. The head of the family is currently the 50-year-old Vladislav, who the people call Heavy Blood for his cruel character. I am retracing Isidore's steps. My final objective is the horns. Olgimskys are next in line. Isidore did visit their house, no doubt. It seems Isidore obeyed Olgimsky according to the laws of patriarchic seniority.
I'm afraid this is natural. Simon has been doomed.
I doubt I will be cope on my own. Tell me, what do you think about everything that's going on? Yes, I heard. Some wit said that you're trying to find out the features of the killer, while he's trying to find out yours. It is amusing that you are hunting each other. If you want me to say it nice and simple, I think the intrigue is around you, and you will stay here for at least a week. Julia spoilering stuff. What would you do if you were me? I'll tell you this. You better not trust our rulers. They're in a state of some incessant game, a triangle of interests. All who have authority will try to use you to achieve their goals. I'm not conceited. Maybe some people of a lower rank would like to use me too. The sympathers will probably be scared of you and won't be too talkative. With your features, you might want to try your luck in the second echelon of power. They are very powerful ladies. They know much more than sympathers about the game at the top, but I'm much less interested in it than the rulers. Who are these women aristocrats? They are aristocrats in the local system of values. Provincial aristocracy is unique in the way that it differs from the rest by means of a secret, not origin, the degree of curiosity they arouse, some wild history and provocative behavior. What did you expect? This is the wilderness. Tell me their names. Lara, Eve, me, and of course, Maria. I don't advise you to listen to Katerina, she's dying already. Her mind is totally clouded with morphine. All the rest will probably lie. You don't like it, do you? Not really. I can live with it. Okay. Yeah, don't have that one yet.
My chest seems to be filled with cotton.
Ooh, Julia. I still haven't met anyone here that will help me in the slightest way to find the killer. Do you have experience in such things, Bachelor? Do you know how to look for killers? It is very small. Well, in my laboratory I am hunting the killer of all killers. By the way, is it possible that the killer has found his shelter in an angel's house? One more interesting female character. I accidentally found out that some terrible man smothered with blood hid in her house today. How do you know this? The town is small, and the wind scatters the news with the leaves and people's emotions with birds' feathers. We know each other so well that we often catch each other's thoughts nearly telepathically. That's my family's feature. What? What does she mean by family here? I'm intrigued. Anyhow, however, I doubt that the real killer is in there. Where does Anna live? She lives in a house that once belonged to a family of political exiles. They gave refuge to a runaway singer who said she was being pursued by the authorities. In a few years' time, these people mysteriously died. Before death, they made their singer their daughter's guardian. After that, Bira died too. Mysteriously. Apparently, they all died their natural deaths of some diseases or something. A young Bera was buried in a closed coffin. However, Isidore examined the dead and he wouldn't cover a crime. But it's worth paying a visit. The house is called Verbae. It stands next to the den on the strand of the vein, in the earth. So, Anna, is it? Well, I'll get acquainted with her. Verba, the house where the singer that goes by the name of Anna Angel lives. Julia assumes that this is the place where the killer may be hiding.
I'm afraid this is natural. Simon has been doomed.
Yeah, so apparently we don't have anything else here. And yeah, version, bloody fugitive. Could this killer be hiding in the Verba where the singer named Anna Angel lives? That's the place where someone smeared with blood from head to toe found a shelter. And yeah. So, we save here. And yeah, that's a long story, but we're gonna be overwriting this one. So yeah, let's check the map for a second. Yeah, we visited Julia. I mean, we could do the following, which is Anna Angel, the Olgimskis, and then we'll see. Yeah, we're trying that one. But yeah, it's kind of amusing to see, and it makes far more sense to me that Julia is the one to trigger the Anna mission in day one rather than Victor. I remember being pretty weirded out by that in the alpha version. But anyhow, I have forgotten that there's this thingy, so we do not fall into the river. Yeah, I have forgotten the English word for it. In Spanish it is barandillas. So if you guys remember, I'd be what it is in English, I'd be very glad if you told me. Yeah, it's weird to see all of this. Hey, and there's a bed here too, though, to be honest. I think I'd rather feel tired than sleep at an angel's house.
What do you want from us?
Well, hello.
Yes?
An angel. Peter Stamatin has told about her. Poor girl has lost her voice. I sympathize with her because she keeps bravely, and I do not love the unfortunate. I have a stable sensation that she pays for someone else's sin. Any day she waits for the visitor who will take the soul out from her. Such torture, you know. It's not by force of anyone. Julia Lurisheva has told about her. Anna pretends to be miserable, but it seems to me this is a double game. If she was searched for February revolt or for a caravan of these throat thieves, she would have been found several years ago. No, she's not there to seize the destiny. The Diamond Ace caravan has imposed a nominal replica for her life, as well as everything related to it. But which one? As if my sorrow wasn't enough. Who the hell are you? Why do you have that full clothes on? My name is Daniel Dankowski. Why did my clothes scare you so? It's made of snake skin. Are you a performer? Someone from the circus? Animal trainer? Tell me the truth! Calm down. I'm a scientist. A professor, do you understand? I study death. I thought so. I knew someone like that will come to visit me pretty soon. It's terrible! What is terrible? Well, all this? You came to me, right? I don't know what you're talking about.
When you look into her eyes, your mouth somehow opens.
That man is dead, right? You don't have to be a doctor to see that. He scared me. Broken here, bleeding all over. Just take a look at the wounds. They're awful. It's as if they hit such places that will damage him most. His tendons are cut. Who could have done this? So, where did he come from? I didn't quite get his mumble. They're everywhere, out on the hunt for Simon Kane's murder. It's either they found out he was the killer, or he was looking for the man who did it. It was that killer that wounded him so terribly, wasn't it? Why do you think that he's not the killer? I just thought that he was trying to catch the killer. They set in ambush at the train station, in case the murderer would hide in a carriage and escape. It seems that the killer did actually appear at the station, encountered this man, and... Okay. Perhaps he was really frightened and trying to run away. A running bleeding man aroused suspicion and they ran after him. Interesting. Is it the Canes that are raising this unrest among the people? I think that the Canes are doing everything they can to keep the people's protest down. It wasn't their fault. They have had their share of suffering already. Oh, yeah. So yeah, that's this one's interesting. Because yeah, as far as you guys probably remember, if you have seen the my alpha let's play, and if you haven't, please check it. It's good if I say so. And what I was also commenting before. Apparently here it says that Victor sends her. That was sends us to meet her when it's been Julia, which makes me wonder if I had said no to Julia, then Victor would have given me the mission. Probably, but who knows? I actually find it funny. Okay, let's choose this option just because. You're too kind. By the way, it was, Victor. Yes, Victor Kine that sent me here to find out your relationship with the guest is going. Probably was the people that hunted man the hand in this man that told him. What shall I tell him? Just don't call anybody. Please, I beg you. The thing is that if they find a dead man in my house, well, it's hard to explain, but I'll tell you all about it when the time comes. Honestly, I didn't kill him. I couldn't have crippled him so terribly. Hey, why are you suddenly so worried? There will be ones that will say that I am. I only have to give them some ground to accuse me, and they will distort the facts in such a way that I will be forced to admit the blame myself. No, please, just help me bury him. If you have any humanity in you, tell the cemetery watcher that I have the dead man here. And who is this watcher? Since the time the watcher died, here's another bad story. But anyway, his daughter looks after the cemetery now. Her name is Laska. She isn't too fond of talking. David used to think she was dumb. She's kind though. She's an angel. She'll take care of this dead man as if he were alive. As if he were her relative. Okay, Anna, I will bring Laska over here and help you get rid of this body without asking any questions, but I hope to hear a decent story from you as soon as possible. Getting rid of bodies is a job that requires nerves and a cool mind. The girl Laska is the cemetery muse, and she can help Anna by issuing certain orders. It doesn't look like it was Simon Kane's killer that broke into Anna the singer's house. The girl has evil eyes, but she doesn't have anything to do with the murder either. I will help her get rid of the body. I should secretly notify the girl keeper of the cemetery, Laska. So yeah, off we go. We're gonna check next on the old games keys, as they are... Oh, sorry. Yeah, I forgot that this kind of acts like a wall itself. But yeah, we're checking next on the old games keys, and then we'll see with our visit to Señor Blood. Was that a Simpson reference? You bet it was. You bet it was. And it's funny because since I've played the alpha, I've suddenly become quite aware of the presence of the so-called extra NPCs, and I'm also more aware of the moments when I see a certain NPC repeated in close proximity, which I realized it was something that I had not noticed in previous playthroughs. Yeah, here's Señor Blood. By the way, just gonna check on something. Wait, he has a bed too! You can sleep in there. Now that's interesting. Hello, Señor Blood.
What?
Blood Olgiemski. Alexander has told about him. Blood is artful and gloomy. It is difficult to deal with him. It seems to me strange that he so smoothly rules the order. The civilized people cannot communicate with our steppe people. To speak with them in their language, it is necessary to turn the beast from time to time. It seems to me he has entered with them into a secret arrangement and has purchased this well-being for some ominous price. I think you might be onto something, Saburov. Victor has told about him. The town prospers owing to his abilities. He watches the operation of the arteries, holds the economy with an iron hand. Abattoirs, factories, warehouses, barter. All is in his management. We with Saburov for a long time do not interfere with the economic affairs, and we do not imagine what happens in the project of Bulls. It appears that Blood has established his library there. If appears that Blood has established his library there, I shall not be surprised. Bachelor Dankowski, of course. Who else could it be? I heard a lot about you. Have you taken a look around? Be sure to check the state of the industry around here. We have our own laws around here. How interesting. And what is the current state of your industry around here? Lord have mercy. It's the most complicated establishment with 1,000 years of history. To control such a system, one needs a special approach. Do you understand me, emissary? It's useless to object. I see, we don't understand each other. It is quite a special project. Quite special. That means that approaching it with some basic standards would be naive, in all senses. We'll come back to that.
No, I shall not believe in the existence of some clay murderer.
Yes. It will be hard for us to restore order. I would like to ask you about the fate of my colleague, Isidor Burach. How did he die, to be more exact? No need for such implications. What do you mean by how? Be so kind as to leave that tone. I'll have nothing to do with it. However, here's an idea for you. Rumor has it that Isidor was murdered by a steppe demon, Sheb Nakadir, right? They took a nail out of the wound. I can handle it if a kid or some eccentric character tells me that, but a respectable merchant. It's hard for you to believe. Many didn't believe it. Even my son, the cynic of cynics, already thinks that this is true. He's losing his mind because of this. This is a steppe, wilderness, the east. The dead arise from their graves, crazy scarecrows dance, bulls speak. Does he know the steppe well or something, that son of yours? He has some affairs with this rabble, with the butchers, the donga, the shepherds and gatherers. He's learning their tongue, collecting their legends. It's even gotten to them coming to him, actually crossing the border of the town. If some worm is sneaking around the streets, then it is definitely to see him. You call them rabble? They are dangerous, evil, and hate everyone who isn't from the steppe. They just jump and kill straight away. They will tear you up with their teeth and eat your flesh while you're still alive. So, if we see them within the boundaries of the town, we take measures. What do your son... can he tell me about this creature? No need. No need for you to meet with my fool. There's nothing you two can gain from the discussion. He isn't there, and it's good that he isn't. I don't want you two to meet. You hear that? And my word is firm. Word of merchant. Yes, I have no doubts about that. A suspicious family. The elder Olgimski is hiding something. He becomes nervous when it gets down to discussing the matters of his household economy. An answer to the questions about the son. The respectable cattle dealer lost his temper. The son probably knows no less than his father, but will be easier to talk to. How do I find him, though? Yeah, how do you find him, Dango? Let's see if Senor Vlad has anything else to say.
Happy people are incorrigible. Destiny does not punish them for their sins, and they consequently think themselves innocent.
Isidor came by to see you last night. Don't try to say otherwise. So what? He did. And? What did you talk about? We were discussing matters, curious, sir. Only matters. All other topics are of no interest to me. However, our matters have nothing to do with you, mister. With this, I will ask you. The door is behind you. I will find out the truth anyway. So yeah. We have quite an adventure ahead of us, so we are going to say... Cause yeah... Now we're going to find how to get to... Bladito's shack. And it's by following this good boy. But being all kinds of careful. Okay. Okay. Well, maybe I could... I mean, we already know. Okay, that was completely and absolutely useless. We're gonna need to get ready to run though. Okay, maybe if I try... Oh no! Oh no! Oh Christ! Oh Christ! Why does this always happen to me? Run, kiddo, run! No, bye! Every single hecking time. Good lord. Every time I try, every time I'm about to end up having a stroke or something in that vein. Good lord. Hello, sir. Oh, a lemon. Good lord in heaven. Yeah, I'm using this chance to get some stuff. And I'm gonna have a heart attack, maybe? Did he follow me? Or maybe... Christ. Hello, sir. Yeah, I have stuff, you don't have stuff. It's fine. It's fine, I've just managed to survive all this mess. Probably did actually... Good lord! I probably did actually lose some years of life in the process, because I'm trying to... Good lord in heaven, I cannot. And... Hello, Vladito. By the way. Oh, fantastic. Hello, you.
Katerina thinks that the devotress is sent to them from the heaven. Well.
Well. Especially considering Clara is actually sent from hell. Youngblood. Lara Bell has told about him. Why nobody notices how hardworking he is. He works all the time. He does everything for his family, but even his father does not wish to recognize it. Yes, instead of studying the financial details, he studies the order, but he already understands them better than Big Black. He will root better without scourges, violence, victims, and rebellions. Blatolgimsky speaks about him so.
a playboy. Instead of becoming a state and helping me, instead of studying to manage the economy, he till now potters with the local fairy tales. This Hitler is best able to spend my money. I do not deny he has good practical wit, so his crime is even greater since he charges with everything to father, and in fact has gone to me. And I'm sorry. Woo! You found me here. Well, I'm not surprised. I presume you are not too surprised by the fact that everyone knows about you. The rumor of your coming spread rapidly. I am going to refrain myself from making any comment. Comment about this. Okay, fine. Why have you come? I've come for some sightseeing. There was an interesting incident yesterday by the kidney. The children were playing the earth as usual, but then suddenly ran away from the sandbox and the parents noticed that their hands were smothered in blood. However, none of them were wounded. Neither were any of them surprised. What's the solution to the puzzle? When the worried adults came to the place where the children had been playing, they found nothing unusual there, other than sticks and stones. What do you think about it? Your children play strange games. Nice to meet a person of a skeptical mind. I'm Vladislav Olgimsky, Jr., of course. And you are, of course, Daniel Dankowski. Yes? Let's be nice. Nice to meet you.
It is easier to operate people than to prevent them from operating us.
What? Yeah, I guess this has some other sense, but just what? Bachelor, I have news for you that you prove to be of interest. It seems that you're looking for the killer, right? I am listening. I'll have to briefly explain a few things to you. Do you know what the apiary is already? I will listen to your version of the definition with the utmost interest. The apiary is a huge dust house, within which nest the workers of the Bull Project. But they live as a commune and there lead quite a modest life. You could call it primordial without any additions. And? Okay, then I'll get closer to the point. In this net of joint reason occurred one of the revolts that have no cause and no goal. As if they were animals scarred by the thunderstorm, these workers began to rush about. They whine, growl, and sink their teeth into one another. Well, all in all, a displeasing picture of civil disorder. What does this have to do with Simon's murder? Unrest in the apiary occurs at times before. The crowd goes crazy for a few days, but they calm down at the same time afterwards. This sudden calm is just as deprived, of course, as the revolt was in the first place. Well, taking into account our experience with the order, we simply lock up the apiary when something like this happens. And? Usually, we lock it up beforehand, because signs of the forthcoming revolt show us the necessity to do so, and the keeper of the apiary notifies us in advance. However, Keeper Tai Chick died not long ago. Oh, it all coincided, don't you think? A general anarchy. While we were taking measures, someone escaped from the apiary. You think he's the killer? We have a mutual interest, Doctor. You're looking for the killer, and I'm sure it is a butcher. The description of a half-man suits him very nicely. The Canes do say that Simon was killed by something inhuman, don't they? Our family doesn't need unnecessary unrest in the town. This butcher, with his man clothed by crazy thoughts, can say absolutely anything. So you don't want him to tell everyone that what's going on inside the apiary, right? You're correct. However, they don't really know how to talk. That just makes this situation even more dire. They are half men, half animals, and when they begin to proclaim things, they look very much like apocalyptic prophets. I need him to disappear. Turn him over to the Cains. If he attacks you, simply kill him. We are prepared to pay. Whoa, Vladito, just... Whoa. Okay, I'll take a look. Where can I find him? He's most likely hiding in one suspicious house in the Dam district. Furthermore, my father is a man of character and he's quite short-tempered. If he finds out that a runaway butcher is hiding in the Dam district, he might do something awful. Unnecessary cruelty will not bring profit to anyone. I want peace, not blood. I'll try to make sure you're right. Show me where that house is situated. Youngblood wants to get rid of some beast-like ruffian. Who is this creature, killing which is not considered a crime? Version: beast-like fugitive. Jan Olginski is a good example of the Eastern way of filial obedience, or is it that he has some plans of his own? Wouldn't you like to know, Dr. Boy? Whatever the matter is with him, he wants to get rid of some beast-like ruffian. What will a being, killing which is not thought of as a crime, look like? Oh, well. Let's see if he has something else to tell me. Oh yeah, forgot.
Katerina thinks that the devotress is sent to them from the heaven. Well.
Just look at the setting of this place. I once kept it secret, but now I think all these secrets to be some childish play. What do you think about Simon's death? It is known that just before his death, Simon restricted his visitors to 2 people. I don't know anything about the first one, but the second one was Isidor Burach. The fact that he was killed last night too makes you think, doesn't it? The killer took out a witness? Or an accomplice? Isidor wasn't a simple man. I haven't told you about the role he played in the Order, have I? He had great authority in the Order, and not everyone was happy with that. What do you mean? Isidor wasn't a doctor. He was more of a quack. He didn't study medicine, and all his recipes were based on roots. Yeah, he knew quite a lot, but he was a sorcerer, a different kind of sorcerer compared to Simon, an earth sorcerer if you like. First time I hear Simon was a sorcerer. And... yeah, Bladito... Maybe quack is not the word you were looking for? Apparently it is. Simon was a sorcerer, Isidor was a quack. And you think the quack Isidor could achieve the impossible? It's a variant. But it's doubtful. And yeah.
Where are these idlers?
Who knows? Vlad, now tell me please. Did Isidor visit you last night? Tell me the truth, please. Yes, Isidor did pay me a visit, but don't ask what we talked about, because I have no right to share that with you. Right. Now I'll ask you another question, and my becoming either your friend or your enemy will depend on your answer. Well, I want to become your friend. So, what did you want to ask? What did you talk about? Tell me the truth, please. Isidor said, that's only according to his words. He said that an epidemic began in the steppe camps, some plague. My father ordered to lock the apiary to prevent the disease from getting there. What were you afraid of? Why did you have to hide this? It's the right thing to do. There's one delicate underlying reason here. Well, if my father finds out about it, he will kill me. Basically, the rebellion in the apiary... Well, I started the rebellion to make my father lock it, because he didn't believe Isidor. I see. Now everything fits. We need to warn Rubin. It's very urgent. He's planning to examine Simon after the Kane's period of time after death expires, but I don't know where to find him. Where can he be usually found? I don't know. They had a secret dissecting room where the thief, somewhere in the thief warehouses, but no one knows which one of them in particular. He spent most of the time in the steps. Sometimes he spent the night in the apiary, sometimes in the shelter at Lara's. But I know he isn't there. He went off to mourn the death of his teacher. What would you do? I'd wait for him at the Kane's. It's simple. And there we are. During the investigation of the double murder, new details have been revealed. Yeah, there's a great probability that Simon died of some unknown disease. I should warn the last remaining medic Stag Rubin before he touches the body. Yeah, we're going to save. Okay, so before we leave, let's check on the map. So yeah, we'll have to, visit Aspity and Grace, but forgot this one too. My new acquaintance turned out to be a smart and well-informed lady. She'll advise me to turn to her in complicated situations. So yeah, before we do anything else, we're gonna visit Eva. Maybe she has something to tell us. Especially when considering the thing that... yeah. You guys know this already, especially if you've played... No, Dankowski, no. If you've played the game. But this mission that Vladito has given us, it can also be given to us by Eva. So, I'm gonna check, just in case. And excuse me while I'm slightly weirded out by the fact that there are two of the... oh goodness. Ladies dressed in green, and now one man is going to beat one of them? Oh, Christ.
Yes?
Oh! Now that's interesting. I guess that if you take the mission from Vlad, you definitely cannot take it from Eva, and I guess that vice versa, it's also the same. Good lord. Okay, no, that's this is not my business. I'm just a poor little doctor from the capital who's making his way downtown, going as fast as possible. Okay, let's see if this man has something for us. Hello, sir. Ah, a tourniquet. Thank you. For some reason I thought that the tree was something else. Good lord, Alys. Yeah, never mind. And I'm currently having some flashbacks back to, you guys know, the like 3 years ago when I was traversing the empty streets of the place where I live. And I decided to put this music to drown the very, very strange silence in the boy. Now that was something. It seems as if a century had gone by since then. And yet it's only been 3 years. But yes, I was saying that was something because I did get slightly stressed, but yeah, it also happened that it did feel quite accurate to the situation. Oh boy. Okay, we'll go first to the cemetery to see Grace. And as we see, the hood is open, I think. Yeah, but neither of these men are Grace, obviously. Who are we burying, dear sir? Are you the keeper of the cemetery? The keeper's been feeding worms for 5 years now. Good grass all over him. The sun makes him happy now. I have yet more sorrow to suffer here. I have some burial business for you. Where's the road? Yeah. You need to go fetch him. It's not far, at the house on the riverbank. Hey, go speak to the hump. That's a rule around here. Should have told me straight away. What business do you have around here, sir? I need to see Laska. Where is she? Ah, keeper's daughter. Well, as you can see, no girl by that name is to be found here. Why do you need to see her? Wait a second, what the heck do you mean with this second... Okay, nah, never mind. I need to bury a man without any unnecessary fuss. Understand very well. Such things have their own specifics, you know. How long since the man died? A strange question. Nothing strange. If he died a long time ago, then we'll have one kind of topic to discuss. Perhaps even nothing to discuss. But if he died recently, another. He didn't die just like that, did he? If such stuff is going on in the city, he probably came to some unnatural end, didn't he? You want money, do you? You bring 2,000 and we'll bury anyone, even the devil himself, even Sheb Nagadir. We understand that he ain't a petty sum, but as you say, the times ain't one that simple nowadays. I can show you a way out anyhow. Yes? You're a man of the capital, easy to see. Your equipment costs a fortune in our shop. Do you buy any sort of crap anyway? They have a lot of money saved up at the moment, just before the train's arrival. People are gradually setting things, so you could become a rich man in a few hours, if you play your cards right. It looks like I'll have to follow your advice. The bastardly diggers want to make a profit on illegal burials. 2,000. They advised me to sell some of my things. Selfish villains. So we save. And there we go. Next stop, Aspity's place. And as far as I remember, we get a way to enter. Don't know if that it isn't by this side, but it is through here. Heck yeah. And then again, what a change from the alpha. It's just so empty. Also, is this Clara? Oh, wait a second. There was another. Oh, that's Danko. Hello, you.
The land has cast out a monster from the bowels to bridle his impudence.
What? It's like baby Aspity. Ospina. Katerina has told about her. She's good, though with follies. She always speaks about death. She has asked me with the most innocent looks whether now there was no crypt of the Sabur of some headland on the stone courtyard, and whether it would appear there soon. She honors me as the mistress. I cannot help appreciating it, when my adherents abandon and betray me every day. Spiska has told about her. In fact, she's a mysterious essence too. Nobody knows how she appeared in town. There's no danger for her because she's immortal, as Simon. And the people also speak that Simon has thrown away all malicious from his soul. The step kept bones for her body, and that's how she came to light. Oh wait, I didn't remember this one, though I think there's also mention in the alpha. Forgive me if my memory tends to be quite unclear most of the time. But yeah, I had that very strongly associated with Isidore and not Simon. So yeah, that's amusing. Do you know where to find clean water here? You are one of the locals. I'm visiting this place for the first time. I know. It's just interesting for me to find out if you know. What's bad about the water from the pipe? Well, that water comes from the steppe and isn't exactly clean. Yesterday, I inspected all the springs in the area, and there seems to be no more clean water around. That salty taste is everywhere. Its color is reddish rusty, and there's some disgusting clouds in it. Where can I find clear water, then? The citizens store clear water in homemade reservoirs. Some other supplies that they saved up recently. This should be enough to help us last a little while, but afterwards we'll have to drink that bloody mixture. Ugh, how disgusting.
What is wrong with my eyes?
Don't know, dear, but yeah, your voice is weird. What do you need around here? A fugitive is hiding here. Take me to him. Why should I? I need to ask him a few questions. He's a butcher. He won't talk to you. You won't understand him. He's been here for over a day, but even I can't get him to talk. I better tell you a story. What do you want to tell me? Big Blood locked the apiary for a reason. The butcher is mumbling some random phrases, but if you listen carefully, you'll make out such tales of such horrors that are going on in here that I get shivers all over. Thousands of people lost their mind all at once. Many have died. Something is brewing there. Take me to the butcher. I'll interrogate him myself. Are you sure? He's crazy, you forgot.
If you think he'll speak to you, you ain't wrong in doing so. They don't talk much anyway, but when Morok is over them, they only cry, rape and wine. I can defend myself. Well, I'll go. The butcher is in the doll's house. Enter from the other side of the house. Don't complain afterwards, though. I'll deal with it. I need to find out if the killer is hiding at Doll's house for beggars. The entrance is on the other side of the house. And, you know what? Maybe... Nah, I'll save this for later. And if I am successful with it, Holegjuk kolor ekkersensiakil olungek barak. Tell me, my friend, do you understand me? Oh shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. I tried. Or at the very least, I think so. But yeah. That was definitely not my proudest moment, so to say. And I say this, yeah, on day one. Good Lord, Alys, good Lord. But then again, yeah, I needed the money. That bloody dough is, you know, going to give me? Well, going to give Dankowski, that is. And good Lord, I feel terrible. And yeah, this was because of my own doing. Though I wonder what would have happened if I, you know, had let the butcher go away and then gone to Eva. Because, you know, I did try doing so, but then the person I went to was to Vladito. Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot that one. And yeah, it pretty much meant that he wouldn't talk to me anymore regarding the matter. For the record, I did try this in an unrecorded small playthrough that I had done of this segment, just because I was curious to see if, let's say, I could play the game, but I guess that the game played me. Anyhow, let's get on with that blood money. Hello, you.
Katerina thinks that the devotress is sent to them from the heaven. Well, well.
Just look at the setting of this place. I once kept it secret, but I now think all these secrets to be some childish play. It's over. The butcher is dead. That's the best news I heard in the last few days. So, was it that he killed Simon? He that killed Simon? I doubt that. He's too stupid, but he definitely was crazy and very dangerous. Well, it's for the better. Doctor, please listen. I respect you too much to offer you a reward for something like this unusual task. Please accept this money as if it were some kind of assistance of the rulers in your complicated mission. Catching the killer is our duty, so count this as a contribution to the Olgimsky family. You can do without these excuses. I risk my life and you're compensating my risk. We're business-like people anyway, so give me the money. So yeah, now I have 3,000 in coin. Aside from... Aside from what I had. And now we'll go... Time is it? Yeah, no, sorry. Nah, yeah. Just in case we'll... Nah, we're going first to races? Even if, you know, those gentlemen are there instead of our dear darling race, also called Alaska here. And we'll do the business. And, yeah. Then we'll go to Anna to get whatever she wants to give us. And afterwards we go to the Canes. Just hoping that Rubin is there. Because I don't think he might be at his place, would he? We're just going to check. Nah, his place is empty. And, yeah, at least it doesn't look like the red room from Twin Peaks anymore. Which my eyes certainly appreciate. Anyhow, yeah, on to the business. And yeah, once we're done with most of the stuff, yeah, we're going to consider buying some stuff because you all already know inflation, price inflation, so to say. Good lord, this game rings more true to life each year that passes. Yeah, I'm taking that realization like really well at the very moment. Oh Christ, maybe I need to get some sleep. I really should consider getting some sleep. Okay. Hello. I got the money here. Ah, that's great. Where's the freshie? At an angel's place. And hurry up a little. this done. The diggers will help Anna bury the body. And yeah, we're almost getting done with this day. Ain't that delightful? I hope it is. Yeah, we might do some grocery shopping in the meanwhile. And yeah, my version of grocery shopping does include the trash cans. Thank you very much. By the way, okay, I'm not messing up. That's a great thing to know. But there's no sign of shops here. Ah yeah, we cannot enter. So I guess it's from the other side. Yeah, shortcut. We're gonna use that shortcut. And yeah, that's in the other. Sorry, I suddenly heard a very strange noise, and yeah, I had something pretty close to a heart attack. Yeah, we're gonna get one of these, because we can get more of that, and 2 of these. Thank you, sir. And here's Anna. Well, at least Anna's place, I mean.
The paint is gone from me. I am ugly.
How can I thank you? A ring from your finger will be enough, Anna. Anyway, I think I will have the opportunity to show you what my friendship is like. You won't regret it. You'll see how I can remember good deeds. You are too anxious. You ought to go to bed. Hey! Excellent. Some extra money and some trinkets to change with the little kidlets. A girl couldn't ask for more, and neither could Dankowski. Man, please run. So yeah. We're gonna check that clothes shop nearby. Oh, a little boy. He probably has bullets. Hello, little boy. Do you have bullets?
What a surprise! What is this?
Let us trade. Look, and just look what I have here. You do have bullets, my dear boy. For you and one for you. Thank you, boy. Hello, sir. Good sir. Oh, you have needles. Needles are good to exchange for other goods and services. Yeah, that was a Simpsons reference. I am not ashamed of having done that. Let's see, what do you have? Oh! Excellent! Thank you! Enjoy your needle! And yeah, we're... gonna consider... Hello? Enjoy your needle. Good young lady. No, thank you. How about you, little one? Do you have little things for me? I might be interested. Enjoy your needle, little one. How about you? Enjoy your needle. So yeah, we're... What time is it? Okay, I'm a dumbass. I forgot that. Okay, let's. I was considering stopping at Lara's, but yeah, we better. Get some food and check on the kinds, especially on Victor, because I'm slightly hopeful that Ruby might be there. Good lord, what is happening with my computer mouse? I'm sorry. Okay, fine. Good lord in heaven. Okay, yeah, we're getting that. Yeah, we're getting all that. Thank you, sir. And you're wondering, Alys, why aren't you preparing properly for what is coming tomorrow? Good question. Yeah, at the very least I have 3 breads. Could, hello, City. Yeah, not interested in lockpicks. Gonna try to avoid, you know, being a thief as much as I can. Said she that did rob some stuff in the cache. But okay, not a food shop, but hello, sir. Good sir. Yeah, not much, but at least some. But yeah, we're gonna try to avoid that as much as possible. Not only does mess with their reputation, I also do not happen to like doing that. Believe it or not. Hello, sweetie. Said she as if she had any chance to do anything should a smother happen in this very moment. almost there? Now, afterwards, Danko will be able to take a very long nap at the still water if things go according to plan. And then we'll see, which pretty much turns out to be the motto of this game. Well, there he is. Down on Gorgon's very own homebrew giant, Stanislav Rubin.
Damned Barak has made one more slaughter at the station. He makes us work.
Rubin, please. Stanislav Rubin. Alexander Saburov has told about him. A strong man in all senses of this word. He's able easily to break a neck and to fix a joint. A self-educated person, but with a gift. He always works for others, never for himself. A self-denying person, a man of principles. He is very reliable. Blatolkimsky has told about him. He is the best disciple of all Burach. A stubborn man, willful, with a character. Will do what considers necessary, and you cannot stop him. It is impossible to find a common language with him. He is not subject to anybody's authority, except for the authority of his precious master, teacher. My compliments, friend. I've heard of your arrival. Everyone knows. Do you want to examine the body too? No, the last thing I want to do in this life is to examine him without any preliminary measures. What? It seems to me you know something I don't. Colleague, I have bad news for you. If we don't take measures soon, we have a terrible ordeal ahead of us. It seems Simon died of a contagious disease. I don't believe it. The second outbreak. Wait a second. I need to regain my senses. Are you sure about this? What scared you so? If it is the Sand Lake, then my teacher died at such a moment when we need him most. It is a Sand Lake, then we have only a few days left to live, because I don't know how to stop it, and no one knows. This means you're already familiar with this disease. I'm only assuming, and I don't want to believe this. Let it be some plague or something. We cannot waste time. We need to inspect the body, isolate it. If required, stop and destroy it. We need some kind of defense beforehand, of course. For a reliable defense, we need your diagnosis. You can only buy the yellow immunity boosters at the drugstores at the moment. They are no good. However, I'll try to do something about this. We'll need to take some of the remedies from where the teacher used to work. Do you know he was murdered by his son, by the way? His son has nothing to do with this. I presume Isidore got infected by Simon, died of the same disease, or the other way around. Let us not waste time. You're right, colleague. Let us make haste. I'll prepare for the examination. But meanwhile, let's make arrangements for the body to be isolated. Kain is holding it somewhere in the cold. I will let you know of anything I should discover. If we act after careful consideration with a cool mind, there will be no epidemic. Stay strong. I won't leave you on your own. Good Lord Hibik. Yeah. The killer hasn't been caught, but is determined. Rubin is off to get his equipment to make sure the examination of the body is safe. I can tell George Kane of the results of the investigation. And there we go. I forgot we have to talk to George. It's weird.
People die more often only because they cannot oppose death.
Reasonable, to be honest. I have been informed of the conclusion you came to. So you are contending that Simon Kane was not killed by some human of the dam of Shenknak, but died of a natural cause, being devoured by a physical sickness. Is that what you think? I wouldn't say he died naturally. He died of some mysterious disease. The microbe kills more effectively than a demon. Is that a hypothesis or a proven fact? It has been proven. Then where's the proof? Show me the body, Judge, and you will have it. The body is in the inner chamber of the horns. Examining it is impossible. You must understand, it is physically impossible to do that. No one will be able to see it before the expiration of the period of time. Not you, nor Master Rubin, not some other bachelor, nor even I. And what do you want me to do in that case? What can I ask of you now? You have made your conclusion, haven't you? If you're not totally convinced, then please, look for proof just as frantically as we are. And may Providence help us if you're right. I will discuss it with your brother. I mean Victor, of course. Supposedly, Simon Kane was killed by an infectious disease. It seems Dr. Ruin was the one who met the killer today, instead of me. The thoughts of the strangeness of Katerina's prophecy, had it come through, doesn't leave me. So yeah. He's going to take a nap because he deserves it. And because he is not going to be able to take a long nap in the next days to come. Good Lord. Excellent. Some other bottle. By the way, just gonna check on something. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna need some back to a good sleepy time. Hello Eva, I'm off to sleepy. Or maybe yeah, he's gonna sleep at his bed, because what if Eva wants to? Oh man, I had not saved since the cemetery. Woo! Fine. Thank goodness everything has gone well in this segment. Yeah, I'm gonna get to day 2, but he needs it.
The day has come to its end. Due to your timely efforts, the people who strive to help you didn't manage to endanger their lives. The masks are playing a new pantomime at the theater.
Okay. Let's have something to eat. Let's see how we're doing. Yeah, you need to eat some proper stuff. Excellent, excellent. And maybe some bread. There we go. Yeah, we're going, as it's customary, to see the pantomime. And then we close for the day. Because yeah, I consider the actual closing of the day to be seeing the pantomime at the theater. Hello, you. You have bandage. Fine. Thank you. Enjoy your water. And yeah. I guess that now we can enjoy the last few moments of tranquility in this town before everything really starts to go down the drain. And there goes the pantomime.
Today, we revealed the murderer. Nobody expected his nature to be that unusual.
The enemy is found and even recognized. The name is the Sandert. This contagious disease endangers to ruin all.
How can you punish such a killer? How can you defeat such an enemy?
There's no way. Impossible. If you stab him with a knife, an innocent body will be pierced.
I think I'd better leave. There's nothing that could be done here, anyway.
Who, you? Well, go. Anywhere you want. Scram.
And yeah, we're gonna talk to Marky Mark here. And I kinda miss the alpha get up he had.
The heads of families feel the rulers of the world. They have got spoilt here in isolation.
Funnily enough, not as bad as I thought it would be. Mark Immortal. Lara Bell has told about him. It seems to me these masks are playing with him rather than he plays with them. Generally, there's something bad about this theater. I cannot explain, as if it is not a theater, but a well which only pretends to be a theater. I feel threat there, and this Mark, as if plays us with his pantomimes. Everyone accompany him to not spoil the show, so he uses us. Maria has told about him. He triggers concern at me. In fact, his games imposes fate to people. It will be amusing if there's a person who will put a threat to the hands of the puppeteer. But probably we should circle this process and give the ends of threats to those who are at the very bottom. This would be amusing. In general, whatever it costs me, I shall subdue this crafty, evil spirit. The theater is open for a respectable audience at any time. Every evening we have a play of the mask. We clean up the blood at night. We have a puppet show for the rest of the time. But that's not all we have. We also have some magicians' predictions of the future and interpretations of fate. Those who have eyes shall see. Is this a theater? It's so small. True. This is a chamber theater, and since I am the producer, director, and the impresario around here, I can tell you that our shows are not for everyone's eyes. When is the next performance? That's for you to decide. You are the one that will take part in the theater program. The scenario of the play is not complete. Everything depends on what you do. You won't have to wait long. When will this scenario be approved? Your fate isn't bound yet. We need time, effort, and definitely your personal participation. Come to see us every evening. I'll readily show you what is to be. I will definitely come round.
Even the most reasonable people are reasonable only in insignificant matters. In the significant affairs, the reason usually fails them.
Oh, wow. 3 heads of a dragon are facing 3 different directions. 3 powerful families, 3 clans are overturned by the wind. This wind got in through the breach, which was Simon's death. How will they cope? Will they be able to come to an agreement? The masks don't know the answer to that question. Who knows? There are 2 masks, but 3 families. I presume we don't need one of them. One of them will have to sacrifice his power before that is done by his brothers. Before it is done by his brothers. His power, not theirs. It is better to live by your own will than live under pressure of your enemies, isn't it? No, it isn't. One has to fight until the very end.
The devotress...
Okay. So yeah, we finally reach the end of day 1. And well, you guys know what's been going on with my life in this last month and a half. But yeah, to the point that I didn't think I would be able to complete this, but it looks like I have, and it looks like I will even be able to bring you day 2 of the Bachelor Route, and maybe the following days, and then maybe the Haruspex route, and then maybe even the Changeling, and so on, and so on, and so on, because such is life. Anyhow, we'll save here. Wow. Why is it that the first day of the Bachelor Route always turns out to be the longest video? Maybe because it is the unofficial intro to the game, but boy, it definitely breaks that thing about days in Pathologic lasting 2 hours in real life. Still, by the way, if you happen to stumble upon this video and you like the content, it would be nice if you click the button for subscribing. Cause yeah, there's a lot more stuff coming, both Pathologic and other games. Cannot promise anything, but there's some stuff in works actually. So yeah, if you can, please click that subscribe button if you haven't, and if you do happen to like this enough to spare some cash, I have a Ko-fi link in the description. And so next week's day 2. Until then, see you.